Hello everybody, I am here trying to address Kaneki's pain points. So, Kaneki has many pain points obviously. The first ones are add-ons. The problem with Ghoul's add-ons is the fact that two add-ons, them being Yomori's Mask and Red-Headed Centipede, are painfully brain-dead and give a big reward for no input. Mask is just barbecue and chili, while Centipede is a pocket bam. Sure, it may seem weaker with it not giving the 15% bonus vault speed increase. However, Centipede can be used on multiple windows unlike BAM. It can make TNLs unplayable against a Kaneki, and even windows that can be chained within certain radiuses. Now, also the fact of a large portion is that of Ghoul's add-ons are garbage. I mean, almost all Ghouls run Mask, Centipede, Coffee, Satchel, Hinami's Umbrella, and Bloodstained Handkerchief. So we should buff the killer's other add-ons or rework them, and definitely rework Centipede and Mask. Because a killer this strong should not have add-ons this insanely strong that mimic strong perks. It's just bringing back Alkring Blight, let's be honest. So, my next point is power pain points. The next problem Ghoul has is his power has multiple pain points. Them being mobility, deep wound, vault, and easy injury. Now, I plan to tackle these problems. Mobility is part of his power. He's a dash killer with insane mobility. I can't fix that. And removing that would be getting rid of part of the skill expression of cutoffs that Ghoul has. Deep wound. Deep wound I can tackle. Deep wound brings the problem that it disables multiple survivor perks, such as Dead Hard and OTR. Just a couple I'll spit off the top of my head. So how would I fix this? Some would say make the countdown on injury. However, it'll make it significantly weaker since you could take a chase against a really good survivor who takes you on a minute chase, making the perfectly timed leap no longer relevant, as you'll still lose Enrage, because even with the perfectly timed leap, the Enrage will only last 55 seconds. So my idea is remove Deep Wound. However, the power will only decay when the survivor is not actively being chased. This will allow for endurance perks to be used against Ghoul, and Ghoul will not have a significantly weaker Enrage. The reason for this is because, well, not being able to use endurance perks, that's a big oof. And then also the point that I guess also the point that it can get rid of your vision. Now, the Enrage Vault, a classic complaint, maybe because it's just bringing out Bam Brain with Ghoul, right? Enrage Vault is extremely short at 0.667 seconds when grabbing a survivor to vault. My fix would be make it 0.85 seconds, so it's still better than the base vault at 1 second, but weaker than the current vault. This will also make the vault still good at strong pallets, but way weaker at 50-50 and weak pallets. Now, the reason for this is I don't want to outright remove the mechanic, because I feel like the 50-50s of do I drop the pallet or do I leave the pallet up and greed is really fun. I like 50-50s. I like playing 50-50s. It just brings out the quick decision making fact of the game, and it definitely shows a bit of skill expression against the killer, and that the killer can have being able to read a survivor. Okay, so my fix for easy injuries is to make the stickiness less, because it could still be the cause for a free injure. Another thing I'd like to add is the time you can hold the power being decreased from 3 seconds to 4 seconds. From 4 seconds to 3 seconds. Sorry, I made a typo. This will allow for a shorter time frame while not changing the current killer march, and it wouldn't charge the killer on having to be extremely snappy with the vaults, with a shorter time frame as short as 2 seconds. This way, you can't hold the Ghoul's power in between leaps, but you definitely aren't under the pressure of extremely fast leaping. So, inconsistencies. This problem mainly stems from Bug by Daylight, of course, so there's not much I can do. Sorry, guys. And to make up for the nerfs, because Ghoul obviously is getting quite a few nerfs, and this is... let's buff the skill expression part. Let's buff the Ghouls who actually do cutoffs, and this sort of thing. And prompt steals, and all the other things of the sort. So, the way I'd buff this is increase the max leap distance from 14 meters to 15 meters. A minor buff, nothing huge, but definitely something nice. And then decrease the minimum leap for all actions from 5 meters to 2 meters. Because it is extremely clunky, the minimum. I'm going to be honest. It is extremely clunky. It feels super unfun to play against. So I feel like these would be able to buff the killer as a whole without changing too much of the... without adding on to the main pain points that the killer has. It'll make it so then you definitely feel the buffs without... as the killer, without feeling the buffs as much as a survivor. And it'll definitely just be like... it'll definitely promote more cutoff Kaneki rather than Centipede, Mask, Brain Dead, Vaulting Kanekis. So, to end this video off, this is my way of making Ghoul a better designed killer. I have to give a major thanks to Dr. Emerald. She helped me understand a lot of the pain points. I'll link her channel down below. Now, she gave me pain points as to why Kaneki is not fun, and not just giving the entitled survivor main excuse of OP killer must nerf this, must delete from game, yada yada, this, that. And actually talking out the problems and understanding Ghoul counterplay. This is a major important part, because many people call Ghoul OP without understanding the counterplay. And remember, you can't call a killer uncounterable until you actually learn how to verse them. Obviously, if you all have more ways on how to make Ghoul healthier for the game, comment it down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, all that junk. Hype it up if you want. And obviously, don't forget your medkits and beamers. Killers, don't forget your add-ons. And have a good night, y'all.